everybody can hear me fine. Just want to like mic test very, very quickly before I begin. If you can hear me, please type number 1, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to begin with my headphones. Okay, so my name is Chase. I noticed that today there are also some new people here. Usually for seminars like this, right, we hold it for only people within our community. So I'm actually quite surprised that you all got the link. Where did all the new people get the link from? If you can you type in the Zoom chat for me so that I can roughly understand like where you guys are. Oh, okay, you got it from email, but those of you that don't know us, the first time you come in, do you get it from email as well? Because then you wouldn't be in our list. Wow, one person said Yahoo. Okay, some said WhatsApp. Okay, some said Facebook. Regardless, very, very okay, no idea how the email came. Don't remember signing up. Okay, no worries. Very happy that you guys are here. So I'm gonna start with the actual thing right now. So since there are new people here, right, I'm gonna do a little bit of introduction. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chase. Then I've been doing readings for a while. Then we accumulated, me and my apprentices. In total, we accumulated more than 13,000 professional readings, including 八字 and for home. Like tomorrow and the next day, next day, I'm also doing nice to meet you, Jiang Xing. So for the next few days, I'll also be doing like home Feng Shui as well. Right now we have 4 international officers: Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia. But interestingly, 2 things came up recently. First thing was that yesterday I was actually featured on. Okay, I want to clarify and correct one thing. I was featured on How FM yesterday for our jewelry segment. So it was not for Feng Shui. But at night, I did another interview with CNBC. That one was actually for Feng Shui because they actually asked why there is actually a surge, a huge increase in the number of people, right, interested in Feng Shui readings. And these people are not normal people. They are not the mass market. They are actually businesses. So it's very interesting that businesses are using Feng Shui as a way, right, not just to improve their environment, improve how people feel within an office, but they are using it for HR practices unknowingly. Okay, I'm not sure whether we are breaching any HR boundaries, but for sure, one thing is that there are many companies coming to us for this aspect. And there are also many businesses, SMEs, right, looking for us for kind of like HR assistance as well, but it is under the certain segment called succession planning. So they're looking at like which child is more suitable to take over which segment of the business. So this is what we have been doing all along. Okay, but recently there's a huge surge, which explains also one of the reasons why we're doing this seminar is for a more broader economic point of view. So a lot of people actually, you are looking for the zodiac breakdown. We'll be doing the zodiac breakdown next month, but for this month, we are focusing on the broader economic aspect and what we can expect from a year such as 2024. Now, so I actually asked within the Telegram, how do you think 2024 is going to be? And I had mixed replies. So obviously, when the year is going well, like 2021, everybody feels like it's not bad lah. We are going to recover. Economy is not too bad. So everybody was like super hopeful when we did the year 2021 forecast. But then coming to 2024, right? Almost half of the people actually don't have very good sentiment. Okay, they feel that these are strange times and economy feels a little bit off, a little bit weird. Yeah, so a lot of people actually feedback that they feel a little bit stressed about 2024. Like before I go on, I just want to ask from everybody here, how do you all feel? How do you all feel about 2024? Yeah, is it good? Is it bad? Yeah, so I see Liz mentioned that, okay, GST will increase. W Tan said inflation. Li Jing said not very good for me. And then Hui Shi said it's gonna be good. Okay, so Nancy said bus fare increase. Yeah, it's correct. Inflation, everything is increasing. You know, even the price of the white fish that I buy from the supermarket is like increasing also. That's why I only buy the cod fish for my children. Then I eat the white fish because it's cheaper. Yeah. So very challenging now. Yeah, that's why. So yeah, so when we mentioned that you know, chicken was very expensive, then somebody actually mentioned that, oh, never mind lah, you can buy fish. So how many of you guys remember the joke? So yeah, so I think a lot of people are very concerned, and this is why we are doing this you know, seminar to address 2024 from an economic point of view. Okay. Now, before I actually move on, right, I want to actually go through some foundational analysis for you guys. So very interestingly, right, I just want to ask you guys, like, do you know how we usually read the year's forecast? Like, anybody have any idea how do we read the year's forecast? Anyone have any idea? Okay, Li Jing said fish not very safe. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Jennifer said no. Okay, so how do we read for anybody? We read for anybody using the 八字 chart, right? Okay, so W Tan said elements of the year. Jiang Xing very smart. Jiang Xing said birthday. Wow, I like you. I like you already. Okay, Jiang Xing, very good. Yeah, we use the birthday of the year, which is the date during the Li Chun, right? And we analyze the certain 八字 chart of that specific moment that the year is born. And then we use that to analyze the personality of the year. So if that personality of the year, right, is a good person, generally it means a good year. If the personality of the year turns out to be like that of a bad person, then it is somewhat not a very good year. Okay, so similarly, like date selection, we always do comparison. So we use the 八字 chart of the year, compare against your own 八字 chart, and we do a comparison, right? This is what we call date selection technique. And it is coherent if it is coherent, meaning to say that the chart of the year supports your 八字 chart. That means most probably it will be a good year for you. But let's say if the chart is against you, then therefore it will be a kind of like not a very good year for you lah. So it's quite similar to reading a chart for a person in that aspect. Okay, so understanding the personality of the year is very important. Okay, so the year has a personality as well. Even your house has a personality. How many of you guys know that your house has a personality? If you know that, can you type number 1? If you don't know that, that's fine. Okay, so Wilson knows that. Okay, good. So now how do we actually read for a person? For the Hoseki method, we use 3 different strategies. Okay, so when you come into the room, the first thing that usually I'll do is I'll read your face. I don't tell you about it because it sounds creepy, but I do. The second thing that I do is that I will read your numerology chart so I can break down your strengths and weaknesses for you. And the third thing that I'll do in a detailed reading is to write down your 八字 chart and to plot your 八字 chart and to explain to you your luck cycle. That is what we call the Hoseki 3-step process. Okay, if I'm doing it for your house, then I'll do 4 steps. I will look at your house as well. Now, why do we use such an elaborate method is because that it is easier to explain to clients. We have a huge volume of customers, which is why we need to be very proficient and efficient at the same time. Oh, you cannot see the slides. BG Tan says that he cannot see the slides. Sorry, but I'm sharing my slides. So everybody having this problem, can you guys see the slides? Bibo, can you tell me if you can see the slides? Okay, Jennifer said can't see. So some people can see, some people can't see. Shall I unshare and share again? I'm going to. Oh, okay. I'm going to. Oh, okay. Yeah, for those who can't see, maybe you'll exit and join again. Okay. Yeah. So I'm actually sharing my slides. So to get the full benefit, it will be better if you can see the slides, okay? I actually feel that maybe it's the setting on the Zoom that you are excluding the slides and you're only seeing the face. That could be why lah. Okay, I'm going to move on. So please do not ask me which method is better. Is it that numerology is better than 八字 or 八字 is better than numerology? Don't ask me this question because all methods are good. But we are only using this method because we have a huge volume of customers and we need to be efficient. Okay, so not debating about the methods, but we use all three to help you to understand it better. Now, the numerology of 2024. Okay, now we're going to go through what kind of year 2024 is. So if you plot the numerology chart of 2024, right, it will form the number of 2, 6, and 8. Now, it's very interesting because 2, 6, and 8, right, represents what? Number 2 actually represents communication. So which means that 2024, right, is going to be a year of super good communications, okay? And number 6 stands for wealth, which means that we are communicating about what we want, okay? And what we want is actually wealth. So a lot of people are going to focus on enjoyment. A lot of people are going to focus on their own wealth accumulation. And number 8 actually means material possession. So during 2024, right, people are going to be very concerned about what they own. And they also want to look good. And they also want to show other people that, right, they are rich. So then luxury goods will also see a certain kind of surge in 2024. Yeah, so it's a year that is communicative and very focused on wealth, and also very, very focused on flaunting your material possessions. How many of you guys think that it's going to be a good year after you see this? And how many of you guys think that it's going to be a bad year? Can you type number 1 if you think it's good? Can you type number 2 if you think it's bad? Yeah, so it really depends on how you look at things. But oh yeah, I remember Kok Liang. So Kok Liang is actually in our class as well. Kok Liang, you have attended our numerology class. So in 268, what kind of a person do you think this kind of a person is? If you don't mind, you can take the time, share with the rest of everybody here. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm going to share a little bit about the broad economy. Okay. So there will be a strong focus on communications. So which is why if your business is not being pivoted in communications, right, we highly recommend that you think about this. We have a client just before I was actually late for my rehearsal with Bibo because just now there was a client that actually was in the office and took up a little bit of my time. So interestingly, why is it very interesting for him? Because he's actually doing a car trading business. Car spare parts trading business. So the car spare part trading business, right, it's a very interesting business. But does it have a element of communication or not? Don't have. So because usually they sell it to B2B, B2B businesses. So you buy the spare parts, you consolidate, and then you sell it to another person. Now, why is there a need for this kind of businesses to exist? Is because that, right, businesses like that have a lot of cash. And car spare part business is actually a very cash intensive business. So they need to use a lot of money to buy a lot of parts and stock a lot of parts and then sell to a lot of other B2B players. Now, the interesting thing is that, right, does it have a strong element of communication or not? Cannot. Don't have. So can they actually do live streaming to get more customers? Very hard, right? But how can we pivot the business then? So interestingly, this guy also has what we call a creative star. So which means that this kind of trading business is very finance heavy. But he's a creative individual. Does it suit his 八字 chart? Not very. Since it's a very creative business, how then can we make it into something that is fitting for 2024 and yet fit his 八字 chart? Is actually to change and pivot that business to what we call a car modification business. You have the money to buy the parts, you have the money to buy the parts, right? So which means that if you buy the parts, you can modify the cars. Now, when we talk about modification, we're not talking about like, oh, modify, because a lot of things people will say that, oh, traffic police need to approve. We are not talking about performance. We are talking about looks. We modify the looks and then we communicate it to other people. Wow, looks so nice. This looks so nice, that looks so nice. So using a modification pivot in that certain business and selling it to the end consumers and helping people to modify their cars, right, can be a way for them to grow their business. That's what I mean by, using the energy of the year effectively to your advantage. So a strong focus on communication is very important for any business to succeed. Similarly, if you're looking for a job, it will be important for you to actually find one, right, that has this element as well. Or if your current job does not have, right, can be quite important for you to grow in this specific skill set in order for you to be very successful in 2024. Okay, so the financial industry, like I said, because of number 6, will continue to advance. Why? Because people's focus on their own material gain, right, is still very huge. There's a huge focus on wealth accumulation. Now, lastly, because people are so concerned about showing off, not only are they concerned about accumulating their wealth, but they also want to show their friends that they are rich. Okay, so joining the club, wearing that specific watch to join the club. So if you're a successful business owner, right, you buy the big R, it's not good enough anymore already. So you need to buy another bigger R. Yeah, so the RO cannot make it already. You need to buy the RIC. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Am I talking alien language here? Anybody knows what is RO? Yeah, RO. Then the next third letter is L. Yeah, so what about RIC? RIC. Yeah. So anybody knows RIC? Yeah, correct. Okay. So yeah, correct. Oh, so RO not good enough. Must buy RIC. Okay. So which is why a lot of people, right, they will be very concerned next year about how they look. Okay. AP cannot lah. Yeah, need RIC. You buy AP, they look down on you. Yeah, so that is how the super rich clients in my clientele they are like lah. Okay, they buy it because join the membership. Okay, so the numerology of the year, now I'm going to give some solutions for everybody, okay? Job seekers and also business owners lah, per se lah. So hopefully whatever that I've shared can help you because, we have a good passion on helping clients find success and happiness, okay? If you're happy and then if you're healthy, I actually feel happy for you. I know some people when you're happy and you're healthy, right, they're actually angry at you. Then they feel jealous and they feel upset. But for me, I'm always happy that my clients do very well. Okay, so number 1, companies should focus on teamwork, and that will actually help you to use the communication star. Now, if you have a certain company structure that builds like silos within it, right? Like you do your own, I do my own, he do his own. It is time for you to think more on the collaborative segment in order for your business to grow in 2024. Now, the second thing is that because of the strong communication style, right, a lot of people are going to feel very soft. Yeah, because communication style makes people softer. What do I mean by soft? A little bit of stress, they cannot take it already. A little bit of stress, they want to complain. Yeah, so bosses will need to learn how to show empathy as well. So there's a strong focus on empathy if you want to recruit more people. If you are not a company that actually focus on empathy most of the time, right, you will find it difficult to recruit and retain staff in 2024. Now, the third one is actually the strong focus on mental wellness. This one quite important. So a lot of times, we talk about mental wellness, and I am not saying that if you provide free yoga lessons for your staff will like working in your company. That is not true. Okay, but I think mental wellness means you need to show them respect, meaning to say that if you want to do something, you need to ask for their opinion, and they cannot feel that you are always ruling everything with an iron hand, calling the shots. They need to feel appreciated and respected. There's a difference. Okay, so free yoga lessons don't help. Free lunch don't help also. Free dinner also don't help. if you give them free lunch, got canteen, but then if you scold them every day, I guarantee you it doesn't help. Okay, so the fourth one is actually to tell people that it is actually not a very good year for you to start businesses. It doesn't have that courage in it, okay? And cost is also very high. So back in COVID, it was actually a very good period for you to start your own business. Or that back then there was a lot of energy, a lot of power. But right now, the power is lesser. People are more communicative. There's less courage. Yeah, so it is not exactly a good period to start a business. If you guys want to ask like whether 2024 is a good year to start a business or not, that largely depends on your own parts chart. But in general, for everyone, it is not a good era to start. Okay. Businesses are consolidating, industries are consolidating. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you guys. Now, a lot of times back home, you're going to find that 2024 will be a very burden year. Okay, people are going to feel very stressful, very burdened, and we will need to try. Okay, despite the fact that people will buy a lot of luxury goods and they want to show off, we should try to reduce expenditure on this area. Okay, there are a few things that will eat up, or rather, let me rephrase, eat you up. First one, your excessive spending on luxury goods. Is it really necessary? Question mark, question mark. Okay. Next one, excessive children's education. Like, you know, your child is like 2 years old and then you have like 9 different tuitions for like, I don't know how many things, like, wow, swimming lah, piano lah, learning coding lah, and all that kind of funny things. So, that can actually destroy their mental wellness lah. Okay, imagine your boss doing that to you. Okay, so even on a mental wellness, right, I feel that people are spending more, and in 2024 I think they might even spend even more absurdly. Have you seen people spending thousands of dollars a week on therapy, when actually the very simple thing that they can do to improve their life, right, is just to stop drinking? That's it. So if you reduce your expenditure on alcohol, there's no need for you to actually spend so much on therapy also, because the alcohol is making it worse. So I'm saying this because I do have one client who is like that, and she's a celebrity. Okay, then the next one is actually you know, what they should spend money on is actually on their own skill sets and development. Okay, you should spend on your own skill sets instead of your mental wellness. That's the thing that's really going to reduce your stress. Why are you stressed? Because you're not good enough, right? So if you spend on your own skill sets, then you become good enough. Isn't it that then you will be less stressed? Yeah, so you're really putting money in the wrong place. Okay, so use it on your own learning and development instead. That's why we are giving courses, is because that, you know, learning and developing your own skill sets and your own mind is more important than spending money to reduce your stress, like going for spa treatment and all these. Yes, they are great, but do they actually help you to reduce long-term stress or not? I don't think so. Sorry. Yeah, so the other thing is that, right, 268 is also a number that easily cause arguments, which is why a lot of people, right, are going to feel that they quarrel about money next year. Now, if you feel that this is an ongoing problem for you next year, please remember, right, don't think short term, think long term. Sometimes you ask for more money, but then in the end, you know, you end up with a certain kind of job that actually don't let you learn as much. So think long term, you know, because next year people are going to be very short term. Okay, and that can be very harmful for some of our careers. Okay, so if I'm speaking too fast, please tell me, because I already half my speed already. If you ask people, usually I talk twice of the speed. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so far so good. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so meaning to say, if we want to succeed in 2024, right, we need certain personalities, and numbers represent personalities as well. What are the numbers? Okay, thank you very much, Chua. Thank you very much, Liz. So what are the numbers and what are these personalities that are needed to succeed in 2024? Number one, courage and determination. If you keep talking and you never do anything, are you going to succeed or not? How many of you guys have people in the office like that? He talks a lot, but he does nothing. Yeah, so W Tan says plenty. Wilson says too many. Okay. Yeah, so courage and determination is really important. So if you keep on focusing on like wow, talking and talking and talking and talking, but you never actually go and do it, right? How are you going to be successful? Right or not, Bibo? No, I'm not saying that Bibo is like that. Bibo is a doer, okay? But yeah, for sure, Bibo knows that our company promotes doing. Bibo knows that our company promotes doing. We don't, yeah, we hate people that talk a lot and don't do. Yeah, usually they don't survive very long. Okay, so courage and determination are extremely important, okay, for you. And which is why important, don't talk so much. Get the thing done. The second thing, focus and clarity. Why is this important? Because it is a year of communication. So you're going to think that you will need to talk a lot. You're going to think that you need to explain a lot. How many of you guys are doing sales here? If you're doing sales here, can you type number 3 for me? If you're doing sales here, can you type number 3 for me, please? Why am I asking you to type number 3? Because number 3 represents the number for you to be able to communicate clearly and close the sale. How many of you guys have team members within your company that talk a lot but cannot close? Wow, insurance agent. They talk for 4 hours. After that, what did the person buy? $400 MediShield. Very stressful. Yeah, so they talk a lot, but they cannot close the client. Okay, so number 3 is the thing that will help people to close the sale. Okay, important. Number 2 is the communication style, but you can talk a lot, but nothing happens and you don't have any sales at all. But if you have the number 3 star, you'll be able to focus on the main point and able to close the sale. Okay, that's the difference. Yeah. So the next number is actually number 9. Okay, what is number 9? Number 9 is a number of longevity. So it's important to have the number 9 star because they will make a person think long term and think about forming lasting relationships. Okay, so it's not just about a fleeting friendship, people that you meet during the networking session or after I show off to you, that's it. Yeah. But the main thing is about forming long-term relationships. How can I be of value to you? Now, if you go to a networking set, how many of you guys have been to networking sessions before, right? And you see a lot of people in these networking sessions, right? They just want to impress you. Wearing an expensive watch, telling you how rich they are, how successful they are. Is that the correct way to network or not? Whenever I see someone like that, right, I pity them. I think they have a sucks personality. How many of you guys met people like that in networking sessions? Do you think this is the correct way to network? I don't think so. I think that the correct way to network, right, is actually to show other people that you can be of value. Okay? To show other people that you can be of value. And it is sometimes difficult because you cannot do things for free for people, right? Which is why, right, for my profession, right, it is actually easier for me to be of value to people during networking sessions. How come? Very, very easy lah. So all I need to do is actually to read their chart for them. That's that's the value that I give in networking sessions. But interestingly for you, perhaps you can do some other things. So for some of the students here, right, because some of you guys are actually attending our courses, that can be your conversation starter if you are a student of our courses and at the same time you are somewhat a salesperson. Okay, you can always use that to start your conversation. But interestingly, what I want you to do is in any of these sessions, use it as a way to think what value you can give to others instead of impressing other people blindly. Okay? Mm. Yeah, BY, I don't care about this kind of things one. I have a certain contact, right, that I met during networking. She tells me that she's so successful. Wow, then you know what? Then she says that, you know, she gone to like New York for talks, wow, UK for talks, and then invited go on stage, and then her thing is like doing so well, and all the investors are like putting money in her business, right? But last month I actually see her selling her furniture off on her IG because her business is not doing well and she's closing down. It is sad that she's closing down, and we met during the session. So definitely I feel sad. But the point that I'm driving is that, right, the focus on showing off, right, doesn't give you anything. The important thing is that our business works, our business survives, and we provide value for our customers. Okay, so that's the important thing that I want to tell you all. Think about the value you're providing. Think about forming long-term relationships with clients. Now, what about the 八字 chart? We talk about the numerology. So what else can we learn from the 八字 chart then? What else can we learn from the 八字 chart? It's very interesting because there's two different concepts. Obviously, we cannot read the face of 2024 because there's no face. Yeah, so what? We read the face of the dragon. Wow, they got these eyes. No, I cannot. Okay, so definitely we did the artwork. So we cannot read face reading. But what we can do is that we can read the 八字 of the year. Now, interestingly, if we plot the 八字 of the year, right, we will see a person that's lacking in fire and earth. Okay, so what does it represent? It represents a person, right, that is impatient, but however very intelligent. So this person possesses a lot of intelligence, which means that they can spot things. So 2024 is a year where people can spot a lot of things. They can see a lot of things, and in fact, they might even see things that are not so good. And then after that, they whistle blow, and then they show all these things out to other people. Okay, now, but however, right, it is still a year where people are impatient. So which means that when you see something that's not good and you see something that's wrong, you will say it out. But the way that we say will need to be good. Okay, because if you say in a wrong manner, sometimes even though you have good intentions, it can bring about bad results. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, can you type number 1, please? Because sometimes, you know, you have good intentions, but because you say it in the wrong way, it gives you the wrong kind of results. Okay, so this is something for you guys to be very careful about. And it is very easy for us to make wrong career decisions as well in 2024. Okay, so these are some of the things that are good. Now, within the career, technology will still be a main driver because the missing element is actually fire element. So all the fire element industries are going to go on a crazy rage. Okay, so tech will still be a main driver for 2024. Similarly with AI. But there should also be a main focus, right, on non-mainstream skill sets. What do you mean by non-mainstream skill sets? How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Don't know, okay, never mind. Let me explain this to you because since there's no reply, so just don't want to make it like too awkward. Now, non-mainstream skill sets, right, are things like metaphysics. Okay, for example, if you are here listening to me right now, this is a metaphysics knowledge that we are giving away for free. For students who are attending our courses, you are learning metaphysics. And if you can blend the metaphysics skill sets within your job or even your sales career or your business, right, that would be great. I have clients who are blending the metaphysics skill sets into their coaching business. So they have a motivational speaker business, and they are using this as a blended topic within their motivational talks and personal motivational sessions. Now, there's an interesting thing is that, right, 2024 is a year where we need a lot of skill sets to succeed. Maybe not one, maybe even not two. Maybe we need 3 different skill sets. What does it mean? Number 1, if you are in a car distribution business or car spare parts distribution business like the client just before the seminar, right? What do you need? you probably need a skill set, right, of car modification as well. So that's already 2 skill sets, ma. Yeah, so car modifications is different from spare part trading, because spare part trading, what is the skill set you need? Cash flow management, okay? And ability to manage time frames, inventory. Yeah, but what is the skill set you need for modification? You actually need to know the spare parts very well and know how to apply them, use them, correct? Now, then what's the third skill set that he will need to succeed? Communication, finding influencers. Wow, then using people to market his car modification skills. That's entirely another skill set, right? So what's the total number of skill sets that he will need in order for him to succeed in 2024? 3. Okay, this is just one example of how we have helped the client just now right before, right before the session. Okay, so there is a strong need for you not just to focus on the fire element, but also to focus on multiple skill sets. Okay. The next one is actually business. Okay, so one thing that's interesting is that it is a year where there is a lot of competition. Why? Because if we read the Bazi chart, the Bazi chart contains what we call 7 killings. Okay, so these 7 killings, right, is actually very stressful. So there will be 2 things that will be within the 7 killings chart. The first one is actually, right, increase competition. So people are going to go more tough on the competition. A lot of people are going to compete not just on value, but also on prices. Yeah, so it's going to be very tough. Is it the correct way? Since price is so competitive, right? Never mind. If they cut their price, I cut my price also. If they cut again, then I'll cut some more. What's going to happen? Everybody going to die together, right? Is it the right way for us to all cut prices? How to survive? All the businesses will fail. Am I right? So that's the way that, you know, competition will come in. A lot of people are going to feel that they need to cut prices, but definitely the correct thing for us to do is to all innovate together as a team. You know, think about how else we can add value to our clients instead of always keep cutting the price. Now, then also 7 killings also represent productivity. So which is why next year, right, although people are going to feel very stressed, but still there's a strong need for us to remain extremely productive. Okay, and third thing, one area is going to grow a lot. People doing ops. Since there's a strong need to be productive, what's the skill set that people will need? Ops people. So people in the ops field are going to see huge demand for your skill sets. Who is doing ops right here? COO of a company, operations manager of a company, logistics. Anyone doing ops here? Like, you know, you are COO, you're operations manager, you're in logistics. So Hua Tat say small ops staff. Okay, anybody doing ops as well? Next year, your skill set is going to be very well sought after. Okay. Anyone else doing ops other than Hua Ta? Okay, so FJ says CS plus ops. That is great. Now, the next one that's very important is that there will be growth using technology and unconventional skill sets. Okay, I've just mentioned this point in the previous slide. Sorry, sometimes I will jump around the slides when I present because since I did the slides, I can remember all the pointers, but even if they're not showing there, I will just talk about them. Yeah, so if you feel that some points are why am I talking about them when the points are not on the screen? And there are some points that you miss. Feel free to key your question in the Q&A. I'll reply each and every one of them very patiently after after I finish all the slides. Okay. Now, the last one is actually a little bit tough because for business owners, right, you need to be very careful. There's going to be a lot of ungratefulness in the subordinate pillar. So which means that, right, the child pillar, children are going to be very hard to coach in 2024, but at the same time, subordinates are going to be very hard to control. Very difficult to hire and retain, even harder than this year, even much harder. Okay, so it's going to be very tough for you to groom the younger generation in 2024. So how many of you guys running your own business are here? So please take note, this is going to be a constant danger in 2024. Okay, yeah. So Bibo cannot be rude in 2024, okay? Yeah, otherwise very tough. Wow, got ungratefulness. Take note. Now, next portion is actually on wealth. Now, the important thing on wealth is that, right, it can be very difficult for you to make the right decision in investments in 2024 due to the seven killings. So it stands for a certain form of compulsion, impulsiveness. So if you see something that looks like a good deal, right, please do your due diligence before jumping in, okay? Because it's very easy to lose money in 2024, especially when somebody tells you that you can get rich quick. Yeah, so recently, one of my clients, right, he of course he didn't listen to my advice lah. So there's actually this thing that he got this person messaging him, telling him that if you put your money here, every day you will get 1% interest. So that means if you put your money there for one entire year, you get 365% interest. Question mark, question mark, question mark. How does that sound? Yeah, lor. I didn't okay lah. Yeah, but it definitely sounds very shady, right? Sounds wrong, right? Sounds so weird. Yeah, so that was what I told him. So in August and September, right, will be 2 months of very, very strong financial stress. So please do not make any decisions hastily, okay? Okay, so just to tell you guys about this. Now, the next one that's very interesting is that, right, there's actually two dogs within the chart for 2024, but one of them is actually in a spouse pillar. How many of you guys know the zodiac for next year? If you still don't know the zodiac for next year, I also don't know what to say. But how many of you guys know the zodiac for next year? Next year is what? Yeah, dragon, right? So, dragon and dog good friends, you know? Are dragon and dog good friends? Does the dragon like the dog? No, right? Yeah, so dragon don't like dogs, right? And because of the fact that dragon don't like dogs, so which means that dragon and dog will clash. So which is why if you are a dog zodiac, especially next year you will face additional challenges. But definitely 2024 is not a very good spouse relationship year for everyone. Okay. Yeah. So this actually 2024 is actually not a very good year for spouse relationship for everyone. For everyone, Now, the next one is actually for family lah. So the strongest pillar is actually in the career pillar, and all the other pillars are kind of like suppressed. So 2024 is actually a year where a lot of people are going to focus a lot on their career, and the focus on career will reduce the goodness within that of the family spouse and also family luck. Okay, so this is why since all the other pillars are suppressed due to the strong pillar in the career pillar, right? Spouse and family might face considerable clashes, and it can be very easy for you to also quarrel with your in-laws. How many of you guys quarrel with your in-laws? Don't put up your hands. If you know it in your heart, that's good enough already. Wow, lucky you never type yet. Yeah, luckily later if I see someone typing one, then we all know that you quarrel with your in-law. Okay, so no need to okay. So W Tan said that I just quarreled with my mother-in-law yesterday. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. So try your very, very best to take note that next year is a even tougher year if you have very difficult in-laws. So let's say if your in-laws are outlaws, next year they're gonna be an even larger outlaw. Okay, so it is also easy for you to be separated from your family. Next year there will be a lot of work trips. And that is the reason why, right, whenever you're free, when you're at home, please spend more time with your family, and ensuring a good relationship with your in-laws are also quite important in 2024. Okay, so spending more time with your family means what? It means enhancing the fire star, giving protection to health and preserving family relationship. So a lot of people feel that fire isn't fire making people agitated. Isn't fire giving bad temper? Actually, no. If you don't have fire in your chart, actually that is a very big problem. So the class that just passed, you all come for the numerology class, right? Didn't I tell you guys that no fire actually is a problem? So that's one thing that you all need to take note. So fire doesn't necessarily means bad. Now, people that have liver issues, you need to watch out. So, if you already have an existing problem with your liver, right, next year there can be more issues with the liver. Okay, next year also, people that have existing issues with stomach, you need to take note as well. So next year is a year that will cause liver and stomach to have some issues if you already have existing problems. Now, if you are always traveling, please take note because there can be a lot of bad health incidents. Okay, so there can be poor health stars due to overworking and traveling. And the worst of the worst is actually the month of September, October, and November. Okay, so be very careful of viral infections. Now, then the best elements for 2024 are people who have people who have favorable wood element will find that 2024 is actually a year of good wealth luck for them. So anyone whose favorable element is wood, yay! Congratulations. So for you, next year is going to be a good year. Yay! Okay, congratulations for all of you guys. So if you don't know your favorable element, right, don't worry, don't worry. Send me a message 84153359. Okay, so for everyone that attended the seminar today, right, I'm going to do like a basic reading for you guys. Okay, so everyone that do the come to the seminar today, I'm going to do a basic reading for you guys. But if I cannot finish, right, maybe I'll cap at, because there are like hundreds of you in the room. So can I cap at 50? Otherwise I cannot sleep already. Then tomorrow I still need to Feng Shui very early in the morning. Can I cap at 50? If you don't mind, I cap at 50, okay? So send me, I'll do a basic reading for you guys, okay, on your 2024 year forecast. And then I'll also tell you your favorable element as well. But people who has favorable element would, right, good luck for next year, okay? Quite good wealth luck, okay, and career luck. Yeah, so if you want to find out yours, Li Jing, Wood Dog, I'm not sure. We need to see your day master, okay? It's not, yeah, correct. Audrey Tan, send your birthday. That is correct. Now, the best colors of the year are actually red, orange, purple, brown, and yellow. Okay, that's the general one for everybody. We're not going to zodiac specific yet. We're not going to 八字 specific, but for everyone, generally the good colors for the year are these colors. Okay. Kok Liang, don't send it here. Not now. Yeah, send it to my WhatsApp. Okay, 84153359. But you're coming for my 八字 class, what? So you will already learn about all these. Andrea says, oh, my favorite color. Oh yeah, WhatsApp lah. You send SMS send WhatsApp. Okay, no problem, Kok Liang. You send over and I will read for you. Okay, Kok Liang, you send over. I'll read for you. 84153359. Okay, let's go. So the best months are actually in May. If you want to learn new skill sets, I already have 八字 and numerology reading with you. Wow, that's nice, Andrea. Thank you very much. So in May, right, your main thing that you should use it for, right, is for learning. So May is actually a learning month. Yeah, then for June, it is for networking. Okay, so the energy in June, right, will make you easy to connect with people. People will trust you and you'll feel happy talking to each other as well. So it's very easy for you to form very favorable networks. 84153359. Marvin, that is correct. And in July, it is actually a wealth month. So don't go anywhere. Don't go for holidays. Focus on your career in July. Okay. Yeah. So that is the energy of the year. Now, how can we actually prepare for 2024? $1 million question. So if you understand your strengths, that means your own chart, okay, you'll be able to know what you should focus on. So about the case study, okay, Jennifer, thank you very much. I will see you on the 22nd. Okay, yeah. So Yeah, so Jennifer is just confirming with me her appointment, and I will see you when we meet. Okay, so how can we prepare for 2024, right? The client just now that came to my office because he he actually has this car spare parts distribution business, right? Interestingly, his strengths are actually in creativity. So this business of cash flow management not so good for his chart. Okay, but the modification business, the car modification one, definitely yes. And before that, actually, the lady, right, used to be a paramedic. But what is actually her real skill set? Her real skill set is actually in sales. Yeah, but she has always been a paramedic. So you see, the problem is that, right, if you always have not been using your talent, right, it will be very hard for you to shine. If you don't know about your strengths, it can be difficult for you to shine in 2024. Well, if you learn, if you are very good in sales and you go and become a paramedic, definitely then you cannot use your real skill sets that are hidden within your personality. Okay, so that's why it's very important for you to do readings and understand your own strengths. The second thing is that, right, what kind of energy does 2024 have in terms of impacting your own chart? Okay, so that's very important because we can watch out for danger signs. For example, clashes with your chart in 24 and can cause about stomach problem. Which months are the worst months? Yeah, so we can try and prevent for it. Okay. Next one is also a person's financial stability. So if 2024 is not going to be a very good financial year for someone, perhaps it will be faster if the person can secure a certain role. I give you an example. There was one client. She's actually a legal worker working in a certain organization. I cannot say because it is a very unique kind of role. Maybe I'll just share that when you go to court and then after that you cannot settle certain things, you will look for this person. So interestingly, right, they have been offering her contracts. So she's on contract base, but contract base are actually different from permanent jobs. How many of you guys know that there's a difference between contract based jobs and a permanent job? How many of you guys know there's a difference? So they refuse to give this person a permanent job lah. But the problem is that, right, next year is coming, and next year is a very unfavorable year for her wealth luck. So the advice that we gave her is that she needs to secure a permanent job right now, so that next year, right, she can be that's to protect her from being terminated next year. Okay, like for example, Bibo is a permanent staff. She's not on contract. Hey Bibo, you know you're not on contract, right? Yeah. So you're perm staff. Yeah. So this is the kind of security that she will need to secure for herself. Okay. So which is why during the reading we told her that next year very tough. So this year you faster go and secure, because if you discuss next year, I think nothing to discuss, cause your luck very bad. Okay, so this is how we use the readings and the year cycle analysis, right, to help us make better decisions. Okay, then of course, if you have a health problem, we see how 2024 is for you, so that you know that how 2024 is it going to have an even more negative impact on your health. Now, then, just want to go through a few case studies, right, of some of our clients who have benefited from the readings. The first one is actually this person that has quite poor career luck. So she used to be a nurse, and her career luck is very bad. And it has what we call a robbery star within her career pillar. So within a career pillar, if you see a robbery star, right, what does it mean is that it's very easy for her to get bullied by her boss and also by her colleagues. Because she's a soft person, kind person, and she likes to help others without asking for anything in return. What is her strengths? Creativity. But why is she not doing anything creative? Because she used to be a person who is very proficient at playing the piano. But the problem is that, right, having a negative family pillar, right, caused her to have very low self-confidence and low self-esteem about herself. And one of the things that happened is that her parents discouraged her from being a piano teacher, because you don't have CPF then don't know whether stable or not ma. But the problem is that since she's very good at this and she's very creative and children most probably will like her as well, isn't it better for her to be self-employed than to work in a certain career that she cannot exactly excel in? So we encourage her to, focus on pivoting into a piano teacher lah. So now she actually is doing quite well as a self-employed piano teacher by building on her creative stars instead of still doing her iron rice bowl kind of career role. So for some of you guys who actually have an iron rice bowl career role, sometimes it can be better for you to focus on your talents depending on your luck cycle and how your plus chart plays out. Okay, so this is one case study that's very, very interesting. Okay, then of course for 2-4, we asked her to focus on building her own base through her network lah. Now, the second one is very, very interesting also because this client, right, actually is a couple. So 2 people come for reading. But the husband actually having a lot of problem with the wife because the wife, right, when I see her chart, I also almost fainted. Very, very bad temper. Wow, I was like, oh my goodness, everything clashing. Then after that, I was looking at the husband. Wow, this husband tolerate for many years. Why are they coming for the reading? Because he tolerate until he cannot tolerate already. Yeah, so it's very, very stressful. The main cause of the problem is because the luck cycle of the wife changed. And because it changes, right, she has a strong focus on her children's studies. And that highly, highly disrupted her own mental wellness. So a lot of parents have you heard of the term like tiger mom? Wow, she just goes into like overdrive and tiger mom mode and places so much stress on the children that even the husband cannot take it. And that's the source of all their arguments. Yeah, so when you come for the reading, right, what sometimes we will also discover is not exactly the kind of problem that we see on the surface, but after we dig deeper, we find out the real problem that you are having. And then after we find out the real problem that you're having, then couples can actually face the real problem instead of, looking at something that's very surface. Okay, you come to me and say, oh, bad spouse lah, wow, dog clash with dragon, very easy. So this is actually very easy for me. It's a very easy job. Okay, wow, got clash, wow, the zodiac clash already. Wow, all you need to do. Wow, so next year is going to clash even more because it's a dragon year. So this is actually a very superficial reading, but what we do is that we go deeper by trying to understand, okay, the effects of this clash. Why there's this clash, where the clash is coming from. Are there additional elements that are causing this clash to be worse? Okay, this is what we have done for this client, and focusing on how to solve their problem by going to the root of the problem is more effective than just seeing the symptoms on top. Okay, imagine you have a certain infection and you go to the doctor and then you see that I have a fever and then I just give you Panadol. It does not solve your infection problem because if there's bacteria, then you will need antibiotics, right? So eating Panadol doesn't really help to solve that bacteria problem. Okay, that is exactly what we are trying to say. Now, there's a lot of overthinking on her children pillar, which is why all these unfavorable child stars, right, are draining her, destroying her energy level, and making her very, very impatient and bad-tempered. So all the clashes seems to suggest that, right, there is only one pillar that can push her to her limit, and that is the career pillar. So there's clashes within her spouse pillar, and there's a lot of overthinking stars that are destroying her energy level for the children pillar. But the thing is that where is she having super good wealth luck? Career. You spend a lot of time on these 2 pillars, which are giving you negative impact, and then you're not exactly the best mother as well due to your Bazi chart. That doesn't mean that we don't do anything lah, even if your chart is bad, but it just means that she's spending her energy perhaps in the wrong place. So if she has spent more energy in her career, right, perhaps she can take control of the wealth luck and perform even better. So it seems to suggest that she's kind of like losing her focus. So the plan for 2-4 for her is to focus on her career, focus on repairing the marriage luck and also on her own health, which is taking a huge toll due to mismanagement of the children. Okay. Okay. How many of you guys have friends like that? Very, very common nowadays. Sometimes I hear my neighbor shouting. I'm not sure why. and yeah, sometimes they're shouting like 11 at night, 11:30. Yeah. So case study 3 is actually about a high flyer VP working in the bank. Okay, about 40 plus. There are several clashes in the Bazi chart. So this person, very, very poor investment luck. Why? Because impulsive lah, anyhow spend and don't think too much. Just jump into investments. Wherever people tell him can make money, he jump. Yeah. So very high risk taker. So this kind of clashes means that this person has a very hasty personality. And the problem also, interestingly, even after the BP, the numerology chart suggests that he seems to have a problem handling stress. Okay, so for those of you guys who are unsure, oh, can I handle stress or not? Can I handle stress or not? Oh, very easy. We see whether or not your numerology chart has the number 8. So if you don't have the number 8 star, right, then you might need something that represents the number 8. For example, like 8i, dizzy beats, or a certain number 8 within your handphone and your other areas to help you to increase your ability to handle high stress. Like for example, for me, right, one of the reasons why I've chosen the name Chase is because that Chase represents the number 889. Okay, so numerology personality reflects this client of mine cannot handle high stress situations. So which is why other than doing a home feng shui, right, he also changed his name to represent that of a certain number 8 within the character. Okay, he will benefit more from more stable investments, which is why we asked him to focus on real estate investment instead of all the risky things that he has been doing like NFTs, cryptos, etc. So after taking our advice, right, he actually made a 35% return on his real estate. Okay, while all his other things, sometimes he earn more, sometimes he earn less, and then sometimes he lose money. Altogether, plus and minus, right? He only has 3% for I think the past 2 years lah. Okay. Now, without further ado, I've talked about all the different case studies. I think it is time for us to do a live demo. So how many of you guys don't want a live demo? Can you type number 1? If you want a live demo, can you type number 2? So if you want a live demo, right, can you also type in your birth date and gender? And then Bibo will select for me 2 people for numerology and 2 people for 八字 reading. Thank you very much, Bibo. Okay, there are like too many. I'm going to faint from seeing all the messages. Bibo, can you help me? Bibo, you need to help me out. Okay, otherwise there are like too many already. So let me do like 2 for numerology first. Oh my god, too many. Bibo, that's like I know you're typing in the name of. Okay, okay. I saw it already. Okay, yeah, I got one name, Bibo. I saw one. Okay, yes, I saw one name. Can you give me another name? And then I'll do two together. So the first one that I'm going to do for, right, is Valerie. Valerie, are you here? Then I'm asking Bibo for another two names. Bibo, can you tell me another two names? Hmm. Okay. Hi Bibo. Can you give me? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'll start with Valerie's reading first for numerology. Valerie, you have a very, very good sales star within your chart. Are you doing sales, Valerie? Because there is a very good sales star within your chart. The numbers that form your very good sales stars are actually 3, 2, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna see whether I can plot this here for you. Okay, let's see. Valerie, you're not in sales. Okay, there is a star that represents a good sales number. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 7, 5, 8. Oh my goodness. The number 235, right, represents that Valerie is a good salesperson or can be a good salesperson. Okay. All right. So Bibo gave me another name. Okay, Bibo gave me another name. 17. Yeah, so the number seems to suggest that Valerie can be a very good salesperson, but it doesn't mean that she likes being a salesperson. Is because that these numbers are not at the most bottom of her numerology chart. But at the bottom of her numerology chart, right, it speaks of the number 584. So which means that Valerie thinks a lot, and then Valerie is also a very good planner. And at the same time, Valerie is actually a very good employee. And she's also a very responsible person. Responsible not just in her career, but also in her all aspects of her life, including her family. Now, because of that, right, she is very nice to her family members, except for the fact that it might not be a very good idea for her to lend people money because she's a very nice person, and sometimes she find it is difficult to reject people. Ah, so these are some of the issues that we can see from Valerie's chart. But in order for us to look at next year per se, right, I would feel that, right, in terms of next year, it is very important for Valerie to take note that her kindness, right, could be easily taken advantage of. So beware of people borrowing money from you next year. Second thing is that although you have a very, very good personality as a person plus an employee, right? But you sometimes might not be appreciated in your workplace because there is a lack of number 9. Remember, just now we say that number 9 star missing can be quite bad next year, right? Because next year we need the number 9 star. Yeah. So all in all, in terms of this aspect, right, it can be difficult for Valerie, right, to get recognized unless she becomes more outgoing. So these are some advice that we can give Valerie as well. So in the month of just now we said the good working networking month is actually in learning month is in May, then a good networking month is in June. So quite important for Valerie to focus on networking in the month of June as well. Okay. Yeah, so this is one thing that we can give for Valerie. Valerie, are you here? So if it resonates with you, can you talk to us? While then waiting for you, right? I'm going to move on to another person. Okay, is James here? 1993, James, male. Okay, so Valerie says very true. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for Valerie. We hope that the little reading can help you. And I also wish to also show you guys how effective. I haven't even gone to the 八字 chart yet, so I just want to show you guys how effective Feng Shui readings can be. and how we actually use them to craft strategies to help our clients. Okay, so now we're going to do James. Wow. Well, James is a person that thinks a lot. James, you have such an outgoing name, but you think a lot. So what's so interesting about James is that, right, he thinks super a lot because he is very, very responsible and he likes to plan. Plan. So you know what's the best thing that you can ever do? The best thing that you can ever do, right, is to go on holiday with James, because James will plan everything from here to here, how to go. Oh, Euro rail at how much? Yeah, how long is the trip? After I reach there already is what time? Is there still transport or not? Yeah, can we take a cab? Or cannot take a cab? Then what should we do? Can we use Uber? What app should we download when we reach that place? Yeah, so going traveling with James, right, is the best thing, because it's going to be like the best person planning the trip. He will plan every single detail. Yeah, so it's very, very it is a chart, right, that focuses a lot on planning, but he's also a very responsible person. In fact, he's so responsible. He gives a lot of stress to himself. Okay, but deep down inside, right, having all the logic in his heart, James is an extremely sentimental person. So the kind of issue that, if you are so sentimental, so kind, so nice, so responsible, sometimes it is easy for you not to be appreciated, because not everybody appreciates a person that plans until like that. And then you have some people in the group who are very impulsive one, then they will be like, "Aya, we just reach there and then we just do whatever we want and then we just see what we can do. Why do you need to plan until like that?" And then they will question you, challenge you, then you'll feel very stressed, right? So the thing that James will need similarly is also the number 9 star, which seems to be kind of like missing within James' chart as well. And since he's so I'm gonna give him a relationship tip. James, are you married already or you're not married yet? Because if you are if you have a family and you're not married, right, sometimes, right, after you're married already, it can be easy for you not to feel appreciated at home, because you work very hard for the family. You do this, you do that, you're very responsible and you bring money back, but you don't know how to communicate the kind of love that you have for your kids and for your wife. So sometimes you might feel not appreciated because they feel that you don't have enough empathy and you don't know how to express yourself. Yeah. So this is the kind of effect that you might have in the future. And 2024 is a very interesting year, because in 24, if you want to achieve career success, right, you need communication and you need also to think long term, and sometimes you need to show yourself out there. Okay, so that's one thing for you to be a little bit more outgoing in 24, similar to Valerie as well. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. People don't know. Okay, so we have done 2 readings already. So James, next year be more outgoing, and similarly, right, try to be more expressive. Otherwise, your romance luck might be affected next year. Okay, a very good month for you to consider romance would be the early part of the year, in around May, month of May. Okay, so this is something for James to take note of. Okay, very good. Now, do we have time for one more numerology reading? If yes, then maybe I can do for Annie. Yeah, Annie, are you here? So whenever I hear this name Annie, right, I get reminded of Michael Jackson. So I'm not sure whether you all get the joke or not. If you all get the joke, can you tell me you get the joke? Otherwise, I think it's just me alone. Or is it because I'm like too old already? Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys get the joke, right? can I can I say it? uh, uh, yeah. Yeah. Audrey, you're right. Yeah. That's yeah. So okay. Never mind. Sorry about that. I Sorry, I just want to like break the. Okay, so this chart for Annie, right? 7, 5, 3, 2. Annie, are you in the? It's very interesting, because Annie, are you by any chance in the doing something that's creative? What kind of industry are you in? Because you have a very creative numerology chart. Oh, that is damn powerful. Okay, let me try and structure something for you, okay? Because it is very interesting that you are in teaching. On 1, 3, 2, 5. Okay, so Annie has what we call a very creative numerology chart. Now with this, seven, no, not seven, but five. So she has a number five. So five stands for freedom. Okay, so this is a very interesting number because usually people that have 3, 2, 5, right, sometimes are quite good sales people, and they're very dynamic and they're very good at talking to people from overseas. So if I were to give any some advice, right, teaching could be a very good career for her. But however, there can be some things that she can use to her advantage. Number one is her creative skill sets. Thinking of how to transfer knowledge creatively, right, can be a very interesting area for her to focus on. Second thing is that she also has what we call quite good benefactor lah. So sometimes networking with certain student groups, right, can also help her to grow her students better. Okay, so these are two areas that are pretty interesting for Annie. Okay, the other thing is also that, right, within this creative chart, right, it can be also easy for Annie, right, to become a leader. Okay, so I'm sure that teaching sometimes, or you have different routes that you can take. So one thing that I can consider for recommending you is that, right, perhaps I'm not sure whether it's too late, but going for the leadership route might not be a bad choice. Okay, I see a lot of good in Annie's numerology chart. Okay, hopefully you are making good use of your creative stars. In terms of next year's energy, right, it can be very, very okay. Once again, today a lot of people having the same problem. Any chart is also missing number 9. Okay, so despite all the creative things, the nice things, the very interesting things that she's actually putting into her career in teaching, sometimes she's not exactly being recognized for all her creative talents and effort. Okay, and the world needs to recognize people that work more, not people that talk. So I would feel that, I would love to see Annie perform better in her work. Okay, if it resonates with you, Annie, please talk to us. If not, then that will be the end of my numerology reading. I'm going to move to 八字 reading now. Anybody wants me to read 八字? All right. Okay, Bibo, can you select for me if you are so, can you be so kind to help me to select? Okay. I don't see Bibo's message. Okay, good. I saw this. Okay, Y Kyung. Wow, I'm going to faint. There are a lot of messages. Help. Okay, unlimited scrolling. My goodness, I just scroll for like 3 seconds, and after that, the messages are the same. The number. Okay. So please stop typing so many messages. Okay, I have one in Y Kyung. Bibo, can you choose another one for me, please? Thanks. Okay, Wai Kiong, are you here? My goodness, I'm going to faint. There are like so many. It will end quite soon. We are finishing already. I'm just doing the live reading demo, then going to do a little bit of explanation on the readings. That's all. Okay, Wai Kiong, are you here? Wai Kiong 1, Wai Kiong 2, Wai Kiong 3. Okay, let's do it for Wai Kiong first. And then after that, I'll do for one more person, Dave. Dave, can you tell me if you're here? If you're here, then can you just queue up for a while? Okay, so for Wai Kiong, okay, let's plot the puzzle chart. Actually, I unknowingly went to plot the numerology chart for Wai Kiong as well. You know what? Maybe I'll just do both lah. For the okay, very interesting. I want to ask Wai Kiong. Wai Kiong, are you doing finance? Are you in the finance industry by any chance? Because Wai Kiong has a very, very interesting numerology chart. So it is a numerology chart, right, that is usually for people who are very, very good in the management role. Okay, and sometimes these people in the management role, right, they are also in the finance field. Okay, Bibo, you type a message for me, but I have no idea what's the name of this person. Okay, Wai Kiong, which industry are you in? Are you in finance? Oh. Now in IT, okay, very good. So Wai Kiong has a chart of number 371. So 371, right? 371 is actually a number that is very, very good in finance. Okay, so this number means that, right, a person can plan very well, think very well, and also execute things, lead teams. So Wai Kiong can be a very good finance person, can be a very good team leader. Okay, so 371 is a very good number. But one thing is that, right, he's also very kind to his family. In fact, he's so kind to his family, sometimes he will easily lend money to people. So for those of you guys who want to borrow money, right, can take down Wai Kiong's number. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Okay, so Wai Kiong, please take note. This is one of your weaknesses. Do not be too overly kind, similar to Valerie. So another number that I'm seeing here is actually 189. So what is 189? 189 is actually a perfectionist number. So Wai Kiong is a person, right, with very, very strong expectations, very strong level of expectations, right, where sometimes he can be quite the perfectionist. Now, being a perfectionist, right, nothing wrong. But if you're in the IT field, right, sometimes it can slow you down because a lot of people in the IT field, they go for what we call MVP. What does MVP means? Not most valuable player. It stands for minimum viable product, correct? So sometimes it can actually give you certain issues in terms of team management and also in terms of getting things out for your clients. Now they might not understand where you're coming from because you have higher standards than everybody. Okay, so sometimes that could bring about clashes. And in the next year, it can be very important for you to focus on what we call communication because there is a missing number 2 star within your chart. So next year is a very hardworking year for you, and there might be a strong focus for you to grow next year in your career. But one of the issues that can take place is that, right, you can work very hard, right, and that can cause 2 issues. One, issues with your stomach. Second thing is issues with your spouse luck. So easy to have spouse conflict in 2024. Now, if you want to understand a bit more about your own chart, right, you can actually sign up for a detailed reading in the future lah. Okay, that one is entirely up to you. Okay, but one thing that we see here is that, right, for next year, there are some stars that are probably not so positive. Good wealth star, but not so good for wealth and health and also spouse relationship. But moving on, after 47, right, your luck cycle will change quite significantly lah. That one next time, if you're interested, you can come and look for us. Okay, so that's all for Wai Kiong. Now I'm going to move on to Dave. Dave, are you here? Okay, can I just make sure that Dave is correct? 1st of January, right? Okay, no problem, Wai Kyong. I'm very happy to help. Then Dave's 八字 chart. Okay, 1, 1, 2. Wow, that's a very, very interesting chart. Okay, Dave, are you in the sales line by any chance? Because you have a minor sales star. Why do we call it a minor sales star? It's because that, right, Dave is presentable, can talk very well, but within the 八字 chart, right, there is a missing number 3. So when you're missing number 3 next year, it can be very easy for you to have a not so much of a clarity within your speech. So next year can be a year where you will communicate a lot, but might not be able to close sales easily. So the kind of situation that we're talking about just now, right, where you meet a lot of people, right, and unable to close, right, could happen next year. Okay, so take note, Dave. So another thing is that, right, interestingly, if we see the bar chart, we can also see that next year, right, is actually quite a not a very good wealth year for you. But nevertheless, what is next year good for? Next year seems to be a super good year for learning for Dave. Okay. One thing is that, right, be careful of overworking, because next year it seems that your liver doesn't look super good. Okay, so there's a lot of stress, but however, next year, there seems to be a negative health start. But one good thing that we're seeing here is that next year is a super good year for learning. So instead of pushing sales all the way if you're a salesperson, right, try to focus on improving your skill sets, because next year you have a good start in terms of helping your memory and thinking skills. Okay, so that's all for Dave. If you're interested coming for a detailed reading, we'll also share what will happen to you when you're 58, because 58, there is a change in your luck cycle that can bring about considerable clashes in your chart. Okay, I think that's enough lah for now. The rest of you guys, if you're still interested to get a reading done, right, free reading, please feel free to message me at 8415 3359. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, wait. Let me think how to get back. Now, some of you guys, right, who have a problem with the 八字 chart that we read, will think that, okay, my chart is not, say, very good. My chart is not, say, very good. So what do I do? The key thing is to understand about the concept of the key thing is to understand the concept of the Trinity of luck. So the 八字 chart represents 33.33% of our entire life's chart. Yeah, but one thing that's interesting is that, right, there are other 66.66%. Okay, which is why I highly encourage, right, parents to read the chart of their child, because parents educating their child and how you groom them, right, is a very huge aspect of helping your child to improve their luck as well. Okay, another thing that's interesting, so that's why when you read the 八字 chart, right, we can actually help to improve in this aspect. Let's say, for example, your child has a lack of courage. We will need to be more encouraging to help your child to find their passion. Yeah, or let's say, for example, you have a child that is not very hardworking. You might want to do your best to push the child in terms of their academics or performance. Now, if you have other areas of human luck, like for example, couple reading, why do couple do reading? We want to understand how to live with each other and some of the differences that we have and the issues that they might face together as a couple. So all these are what we call human luck. Similarly, that's also the same as like doing date selection and choosing your partners for business, etc. Now, what is earth luck then? Earth luck is the improvement of a person's environment, and that is what we call home Feng Shui. Improving the home is also one way for us to significantly improve our decision making and luck. So this is what we call the Trinity of luck. If the chart is not say very good, it's not the end of the world, but it's important to focus on things that can help us to improve. Now then, if you have never done a reading for yourself before, like a detailed reading, not the basic one, it is time for you to also think about this, because at this time of the year, right, it is still easier to book us for the reading. But when it comes in November, it can be very, very difficult to get your reading done before Chinese New Year, because usually by November, right, we will already be booked until end of February already. So one thing that's very interesting is that, right, in today's Zoom seminar, we also have an offer for our best selling bundle set. This best bundle set that we sell, right, possesses two components. One is the detailed reading, which encompasses face reading, numerology reading, and also 八字 reading. So the numerology reading will read about your strengths and weaknesses, which makes it easier for you to plot your career route map. And the luck cycle reading in the 八字 chart will tell you how to make use of the good luck in order to improve on your decision making. So this bundle used to be selling for like 6, 7, 8, and it also includes a bracelet as well. But today, this bundle is only going for 538 before our seminar code. Okay, so on top of that, right, you still can use the seminar 20 code. Okay, after the seminar 20 code, Bibo, how much is it? Can you type the price down? And while Bibo is typing, right, I'll share with you the case studies that people have actually benefited. So whenever people come for reading, they always feel that, hey, you know what? Can you tell me the one thing that can help us to succeed? But that is not the main purpose why you come for the reading sometimes. Yeah, so in order for us to understand what will help us to succeed, you first need to understand why you are doing the reading in the first place. So there's actually this insurance agent that came for our reading. Very interesting thing is that, right, she wants to improve her overall sales in her insurance. But the interesting thing about this person is that, right, she's 50 years old, right, and the budget chart shows that she's rich. So I asked her, you're supposed to be rich and your spouse is supposed to be rich. Why not you just stretch out your hand and ask for money? It is not what she wants. That is why she didn't do it. Okay? What she really wants is to have her own career and to find her own satisfaction. And that is the reason why she did the reading. Now, why did I ask her this question? The reason why is because that if you don't know why you are working for something, then you will have no motivation to persevere. Do you think it is easy to be a top insurance agent? Definitely not. How can you persevere to reach that goal if you don't even know why you are doing it? That is the main purpose of the 八字 reading. Now, together with the 八字 reading, other than understanding yourselves, what we will usually cover is a person's strengths and weakness, a person's family luck, a person's career, a person's wealth capacity, a person's spouse luck. Why am I still single? Because you always blend into the wallpaper and hide behind people. And when you talk to women, you don't even dare to look them in the eye. Then a person's child luck. Then a person's health and a person's critical years. What do we mean by critical years? A lot of people think that, can we tell when a person is going to die? No, we can only tell when your critical years are. Because if I can tell when you're going to die, right, then all the insurance agents, right, will be out of a job. Yeah, because don't need to buy insurance already. Just spend your money until the very last day. So the key thing about this reading is actually to help a person, right, to be able to understand just now all the aspects that we mentioned, plan their route map, give the client recommendations, and at the same time get a favorable bracelet for themselves. And all of this are already included in the 538. But if you use the seminar code today, you will only need to pay 430. And when will the offer last? Until 2359 tonight. Okay, so is this offer set by me? No, it's set by Bibo. So she put the timer. If you use the code after that, then the code cannot be used anymore. Okay, so if you want, sign up for the detailed reading today. Now, if you sign up for the detailed reading today, right, you can request for the reading to be done by me as well. Okay, of course, if you don't want it to be done by me, that's fine. You can always go for our other consultants and my apprentices. They are quite good at what they're doing. But if you want the reading to be done by me, right, today you purchase already, right, you can request for the reading to be done by me. Okay, so any other questions about this slide before I move on? During this reading, right, feel free to bring your house floor plan. If we have the time, I will look at the floor plan as well. And face reading is if applicable lah, because sometimes there's not much of a problem with your face. So if I didn't comment on your face, right, it doesn't mean that I didn't do the face reading. It just means that there's nothing fundamentally wrong with you. Yeah, so we are not looking whether a person look like Jackson Wang or not, but so we are fundamentally looking at whether or not there are issues with the face. Okay, so a bit different from commenting whether a person is good looking. Now, the next one is actually what we call a home feng shui, which we'll be doing for various clients over the next few days. There are quite a few corporate companies that are looking for us for feng shui as well. So if you are a company and you are looking for us to do feng shui, right, please send in your request to my WhatsApp. And if you are a company, it is not this price. This price for home. Okay, so if I do your entire office, one whole floor at this price, I'll faint already. Cannot. Okay, so this price, I repeat, is for home and it's for apartment. So if you have a landed property that's 3 stories, we quote differently because this one, a lot more work. A lot more work. Okay, so I repeat, this is for apartment. And this is not for businesses. So for businesses and also for landed property, please send to my WhatsApp 8415-3359. Now for apartments, right? What's apartment like condo, HDBs? These are apartments. Okay. So for apartments, what will you be getting is that you will be getting 2 times. I realize I'm typing to everyone. Okay, what you'll be getting is that you'll be getting 2 times detailed reading. We will also be getting one on-site audit, and then you'll be getting one report as well with recommendations. And of course, you'll be getting 3 types of date selections when you're doing the feng shui with us. The first one is when to start renovation. The second one is when to install your stove. The third one is when to move in after you renovate. If you're just doing an audit, then definitely you wouldn't need these date selections. But regardless, the price will still be the same because the work done is the same. So we will do the reading for you. We will also do the on-site audit, and we will also give you a list of recommendations that you will need. Yes, stove install date. Correct, Jennifer. That is correct. Okay, so why is there a need for us to do home feng shui? Couple of reasons. The first reason is because that you are buying a new place, and that is the best time for us to step in. So let's say if you haven't choose your BTO, if you haven't choose your condo, tell us this. If you haven't choose your resale flat, tell us and sign up this package. We will help you. Why is the stove installation so important? Is because that when you install it at the wrong date, it can be very inauspicious. And the stove is a very important part of any home's feng shui. So you need to choose an auspicious date to install the stove. If your home already comes with the stove, and it has been used by the previous owner, right, please change the stove. If you are buying a new home and it comes with a stove, right, then that's okay. Never mind. There's no need for you to reinstall. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Jennifer. So coming back to the home feng shui, right, it will be very important for a home feng shui if you are buying a new place. So we can actually help with that. Okay, so the second thing that is interesting is that, right, if you are getting a new place, right, it will be also important for you, right, to see if it matches your own budget chart. So when we do home feng shui for the client, we will also take that into consideration. Now, if you already own a place, why should you also do home feng shui? Is because that next year we are also moving to period 9, and because of the fact that we're moving to period 9, right, the home feng shui, right, will have a change in what we call the flying stars. And due to the fact that, right, the flying stars are actually being okay, Nico Ng asked, how about replacing a spoiled stove? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You will need a date as well. Okay. Yeah, you will need a date as well. Now, coming back to this point on the home feng shui, right? It will be very important also for you to audit the place to make it suit period 9, because all the flying stars all change. So the how you actually use the property, right, should change as well. So this room previously could have been very good for your children, but now maybe it's less good already, and we might need to use the place for your own study area. And let's say, for example, the bed position is used to be good in this area. It might not be good in this area anymore in the next period. Okay, which period in our house in is for everybody. So 2024, the period will change for everyone. Okay, for everyone. Okay, so that is for home feng shui. If you guys are interested in signing up for the home feng shui, right, please take note that the original price for the entire package is 3,000 plus. But today we are actually offering 2 times detailed reading, the home visit and report, and we also include 1 feng shui tree. And the price is actually 1,388 only. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in booking us for the home feng shui, right, which recently we have been getting a lot of home feng shui, please sign up with us. Yes. Fortunately or unfortunately, it will be done by me because there's a lot coming in lately. So if you are interested in getting a home feng shui, please sign up with us. I will be the person doing it for you. Okay. If you want Bibo to do it for you, also cannot. Yeah, Bibo, would you like to conduct the home feng shui session? No, I'm just kidding. Bibo can't do it. Okay, so what are the benefits of a name change? Now, previously I've actually told you that, right, one of the reasons why I changed this name is because that the energy of this name consists of the number of 889. Okay, so that is the energy that Chase has. Now, the issue is that, right, if you don't have a certain energy in your name that resonates well with you, you can have your luck being affected. Having a good name is one of the ways that we can significantly improve our luck. Now, one of my apprentices, right, has actually changed her Chinese and English name as well, and that has helped her luck very much significantly. Okay, so coming to the point of this name change, it is important for you to have a name that resonates with your correct number. But what we will actually do is that we will also look at whether or not the name resonates with your zodiac and whether or not it reads together nicely and the kind of meaning that name has. And it also has to match your Bazi chart and also your favorable elements. So for doing all this work, right, all inclusive, right, the price is actually only 488. What you'll be actually getting is 3 different names. Yeah, you'll be getting 3 different names. And let's say if you're doing a Chinese name reading, right, we will give you 1 complimentary English name away for free as well. Now, the name change is very, very important for people who are doing sales or people in the media industry, because sometimes whether or not you become more recognized, right, is due to also the name that you resonate. When people call out your name, yeah, it resonates a certain energy. But if you have a bad name, right, or if the name doesn't resonate well with your Bazi chart, it might affect a person's popularity and career if you are in certain industries. Do you need to change your name in your birth cert? Don't need. So you will only need to use it in a way that people will call your name. Okay, so I hope that explains. If you have any questions about name change, please feel free to key in. Yeah, I think I covered that for the new name. Bibo, did I cover everything for name change? Now for the new year in 2024, some people, they will also change their handphone number in order for them, right, to be a bit more lucky. So there are three things that we do for the handphone number. One thing is that, right, we look at the numerology chart, your missing numbers, your favorable numbers. And second thing that we do is to check the Kwa number. Why is it important to check the Kwa? Is because that some numbers, when you put it together with other numbers, right, they produce what we call negative energy. So you cannot say like, oh, I'm missing number 8 and then I'm missing number 9, and then I will put these two numbers together and then I'll achieve success. Not like that, because 8 and 9 causes you to have words that might hurt other people. Although it makes you very smart, intelligent, argumentative, but it can also make you say the wrong things at the wrong time, and therefore offending important people and making more enemies in your life. So when you read the Kwa, yeah, then it will make a lot more sense. And the last thing is, of course, you need to also match it back to your party chart. And the price of this phone number change is actually only 288. It's quite inexpensive, but at the same time, you can also use the Seminar 20 code by 2359, okay, to get the additional 20% off. Now, last but not least, right? If you want to see considerable change in yourself, sometimes it is very important for you to also take up certain journey in learning about metaphysics. So this is one of the reasons why we have rolled out the courses as well, in order to let everybody benefit, not just as a person that's being read, but also as a person that understands why the reading is like that. Okay, there's two courses, and there's a certain bundle also. One is for 八字 and face reading. The other one is for numerology. Now, if you want to sign up for our numerology course, right, the next one is actually 21st of October. Okay, and do take note that, right, the price for the numerology course only is 388. Okay, on top of that, you will still be able to use Seminar 20 code for discount. Now, the time for the course is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, it's very interesting thing is because that, right, in this course, if you sign up today, sorry, Bibo is not at, the venue is not here, it's at Singapore Shopping Center. Yeah, sorry, sorry. Yeah, the venue is at Singapore Shopping Center, and then you can open bracket put TBC to be confirmed. Okay, so as in the room to be confirmed, the level and the room, but the location definitely is there. Now, interestingly, if you sign up today, what you'll be also getting is that you will get all the credits back, and you can use the credits, right, for other Feng Shui items within our website. Okay, so there's only two things that you cannot use it for. You cannot use the credits for services, and you cannot use the credits for solid gold items. But you can use the credits, right, to buy another seat in the course so that you can let your friend to come as well. So both of you can come together. The second thing that you can do is that you can also use the credits to buy other items from within the website. So we are offering this today until at night 2359. So if you're ever interested to sign up, right, please go ahead and sign up the course today, and then I'll see you in class at 21 of October. There are like 12 seats left, so please snatch the seats before they are off. Yes, correct. Yeah, the credits for bracelets, correct, Andrea, that is correct. Okay, so this is for the numerology course. But if you only want to sign up for the 八字 course, right, the price is actually 788. So if you want to sign up for the 八字 course, it don't make sense at all to only sign up for the 八字 course, because the bundle of the 八字 and the numerology course together is actually only 588. Okay, so there's a certain offer that we're offering. If you sign up for the bundle, it will be 588. So if you learn the numerology, right, you will learn how to read the numbers, like how I'm doing it for you guys just now. But if you learn 八字, you'll be able to plot and learn how to see a person's luck cycle. If a person is having good luck, a person having bad luck, you can see from the 八字 chart. Why is the person having good luck? Why is the person having bad luck? If you combine the two readings together, your reading will be a lot more efficient and accurate. Now, the price for this course is 588. But let's say if you sign up today, what can you do? You can actually use the Seminar 20 code for 20% discount. Yeah, and one interesting thing that you're able to do today, right, using this Seminar 20 code is you will be able to use it all the way until at night 2359. Okay, at night 2359. So you have some hours for you to consider before the code is off already. Okay, the other thing is also that you will also get all the credits back. So let's say if you spend 588 taking up the bundle and you never use the code, you will still get back 588 in terms of credits. And you can use the 588 to buy anything from the website except solid gold items and also for services. Now, the thing that you also can do is to invite another friend to attend together. Because the 588 credits, right? So you give another friend the 588 all the credits, right? Then the 588 credits will also be used to buy another course. And then both of you guys can attend. Okay, then if you want, you can ask for your friend for half the money back. Up to you. Okay, so now this is also one way for you to use the credits. What's the date for the bundle? Cost is 28 October and 21 October and 28 October. Yeah, 21 October is actually for numerology and 28 October is actually for 八字. And the time of the course is from 10 a.m. all the way until 5 p.m. Yeah, so Marvin, the answer is yes. Yeah, so Marvin, the answer is yes. Okay, so this is the details for the course. Now, today, that's why in summary, right, there will be a few things for you to take note of. Okay, so after the course is sign up, right, you will be joining a Telegram group chat. We will send all the materials inside there. Everything will be explained within the group chat. We'll tell you how to prepare for the course, what to read before coming, and what app to download. Yeah, so it will be a workshop because I believe that yeah, so Marvin, you cannot reseat unlimited again for the two courses. But after attending already, then if you want to come another time, right, then it will be half the price. But generally we cannot allow unlimited receipts because that the class space is limited. Yeah, if we there's limited seats in each class. Okay, this time we are capping the class capacity at below 40 because I want to give everybody more time. Okay, so the last deal for the day is actually this P-shoe because the Guardian's P-shoe, right, used to be selling for 548. But today we have a special bundle deal. The bundle deal comes with free floor plan analysis. Okay, so with a free floor plan analysis, right, we will tell you where to place the Guardians, and we also look at the floor plan and give you some Feng Shui advice based on the floor plan of your home. So the total price floor plan analysis, free basic floor plan analysis combined with the this double P-shoe, right, is only 298. The original price, right, is 548, but today is 298. So interestingly, if you buy it today, right, Seminar 20 can only be used for services. But for buying of products today, you can use the code Seminar 15. So use Seminar 15 if you want to buy the Guardian P-shoe today. Okay. Yeah, so this is a special deal that I have for everybody. So in summary, we hope that you will plan 2024 with a very, very detailed route map. This is very important because when you know exactly what you're going to do and your strategy for 24, right, you can help yourself to succeed better. That's the reason why understanding your budget chart is so important. Okay, understanding the year's influence is also extremely important as well because different year will have different effect. Like this year, the effect will be different from next year. Okay, and of course, learning the courses can help you to have knowledge as to why these energies are moving in this manner. And when you understand the energies better, right, it will also help you to make better decisions. So all in all, it will be important for you to take advantage of our offer. So this seminar 20 code for all the services, right, are super important. Take advantage of them, sign up for your home feng shui, sign up for your 八字 reading, and do it way before the queue of November. The reason why is because that, right, coming to November, it will be tougher for you to book a slot. Now, the next thing is that, right, if you were to sign up this, we will also give you a lot of good offers. The 八字 one especially comes with the bracelet, and the 538 will be reduced to 430 if you use the code seminar 20. Okay, so we have 15 seats left, so try to grab them. I see some people already signing up already. If you want to sign up, right, please do it before 2359. If you do it before 2359, right, you still can use the code. If you do it after 2359, the price will be 538. It's still a very good offer for the bundle, but of course, definitely, if you want a cheaper price of 430, you need to use the code of seminar 20. Okay, so then for the home feng shui one, just now I see one person asking me about it. If you want to sign up the home feng shui offer, please go ahead and take it up. It is 1388 before you use the seminar 20 code. If you use it, then it will be 1001 only. Okay, that is everything. And then now I'll move on to Q&A to answer certain questions. So Cynthia actually asked, is the year 2024 a better year for wealth than 2023? The answer is no. Okay. No. Then this anonymous attendee, right, asked, do you have any job openings? I believe Bibo was trying to interview for me a while back for one job opening lah. So I think Bibo has already chosen her candidate already. So probably not at the moment lah, because Bibo chosen already. Hui Shi asks, how do we find the price list of all the services? Bibo, can you help with the answer this question for Hui Shi? Thank you. All Nature asks, is next year a good year for a career change? That will depend on your 八字 chart. Okay. Many people will usually ask this question during their yearly reading. Now, if you're interested into finding the answer for this, right, I highly suggest that you come for a detailed reading with us and take advantage of the bundle deal, because the bundle deal of 538 is very good. Take it, and then we will try to help you do. But I kind of like the bundle courses are at so summer, right? The bundle courses are at Singapore Shopping. Yeah, so summer, the bundle courses are at Singapore Shopping Center this time round. Okay, this time round. Okay. Yeah, so next year, is it a good year for career change? Yeah. That depends on your chart. Alice, do you still have slot for this Saturday's 八字 class? That's a very interesting question. I'm not sure whether I can slot one more person in, but by right, the class is full. Okay, so Bibo said cannot. So is it okay that you come for the October one? Is it okay that I check? Yeah, come for the October one, please. Thank you. Andrea, can I check if my mobile number is good before I purchase it for change of mobile number? Andrea, not a problem. You can send it to us together with your 八字. We will help you to see first. Okay. Now for another Andrea, I just purchased the detailed 八字 reading just to confirm if it can be done by you personally. Andrea, did you purchase it in when did you purchase this? Did you purchase it during this Zoom? Or did you purchase it like outside of this Zoom or anywhere else? If we do the promotion and we say that it will be done by me personally, right, it will be done by me personally. If you purchase during this Zoom, please request it to be done by me personally, because this Zoom, okay. But if you Yeah, so if you purchase this Zoom, right, it will be done by me personally. Please request for that. Okay, so no problem. Now, anonymous attendee said, can dog work with dragon next year? I don't think that would be very wise. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Are there any more questions today? Yeah, so thank you very much for coming. I know it has dragged until very late. I'm so sorry for it. But just now I was trying to do more readings during the live. Then by right, I'm supposed to do one and one. Okay, so anybody else would have any more questions during today's seminar? Yes, Andrea, see you in person soon. Okay, so Andrea has already signed up already. Thank you very much. Now, dog and pig is still okay. I don't think it's very bad, but the zodiacs matching are not very accurate. So usually we have to see the entire 八字 chart in order to determine a lot of things. Now, interestingly, if you are attending our courses, you will actually know that one person will have multiple zodiacs. So it's not just one. Okay, if you use one zodiac to determine certain things, the accuracy is only about 12.5%. Okay, so try not to be so engrossed in just the zodiac. Yeah, the chart is a lot more complicated than that. So, any more questions for today? From the Q&A from the floor. What is the full cost price? Okay, the full cost price is actually 588. That's for the bundle set. Okay, so Bibo, can you send the link over to Tammy? And perhaps Tammy, you can consider attending our October course. Please take note that some of you guys has already signed up already during today's session, but if you sign up the course, you will get all the credits back, and you can use the credits also for other things. Okay, yeah. So the intermediate course, Tammy is asking, right, is actually intermediate course will be actually about after less. Yeah, so it's about 700 after less lah for the intermediate, and also there's an advance. But the intermediate course will be held 4th of November. So if you come for the October one and you feel that you are confident to advance to intermediate, right, straight away you can attend the November 4th intermediate course. The intermediate course will be a lot tougher. So some people will ask whether or not they can jump directly to the intermediate, right? The answer is no. Okay. If you jump directly to the intermediate, but your foundational skills are not very good, during the course, you might faint. Yeah. So you have to attend the basic first before you go to the intermediate. Yeah. So for advanced, right, it is around the same. Yeah. So we will give students a certain discount. There will be some people that will jump the courses. I have one student that's directly attending intermediate, but that's because that we have asked her certain questions first. Then she's okay. Yeah, okay. So for numerology, there will not be any intermediate and advanced. Numerology will only be basic. Okay, so only for the 八字 reading, right, there will be 3 different levels. Okay, then as for face reading, tentatively now we only have the basic one. So I am crafting the intermediate course, right? But I find that there is no time for me to put in the face reading because the concepts for intermediate will need a lot more time to digest. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. Okay, then any more questions?
Any more questions for today, or else we will need to let, is there any numerology class? Yes, there is one numerology class coming on 21st of October. The next one is 21st of October. Here is where you can find the bundle. The bundle here, 21st of October. Yeah. So is there any other questions that we can get Chase to answer today? Or else we need to let him go so that he can reply to all the messages. You know, I'm sure like there's tons of messages today, correct?
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Mm. Yeah, is there any other messages? And also, since people still here with us, right, I also want to give this opportunity for you guys to purchase our meteorite ring. Meteorite ring, we are going to, we have the last 12 pieces. This is actually our best selling item, where we launch it in launch it last month, last 2 months, and then it's just gone in like 2 hours. So this is only $98, and you can purchase the meteorite ring using your seminar 15 discount code. So on top of $98, and then discount code 15%. So you use seminar 15, and then you can purchase. I'm just going to give this opportunity to you guys because we have the last 12 pieces only. And this one is like selling like a hot cake. No joke. So please take advantage of this meteorite ring. Meteorite ring, actually, any gender, male, female, can just wear it. And also, there's no elements with involved. So whether you are a wood element, earth, metal, anybody can actually wear this meteorite ring.
Okay, so that's all my side lah. Then anybody else with any more questions that you all would like to ask?
If there's no more questions, I think we are going to end the session for today. We are going to end the session for today, but I'm just going to send in Chase number here, just in case if you guys want to, ask any personal question. Let me type in the number again here. This is the number, and then you can take it personal, not take it personal, I mean message him personally. And then thank you Tan, thank you Summer. Can I attend the workshop in November, as I'm not available in October? We don't have session numerology workshop in November. November and December. So our last one will be in October 21st for numerology, and we will open back the workshop next year. So we are ending the year in October for a workshop. Just received today the meteorite ring, but a bit small. Can exchange? Can. Nancy, you can just contact us and then get in touch with Roanne. Roanne will help you with the exchanging. Don't worry about it, Nancy. So Nancy already get the meteorite ring. I'm so happy for you. There's another 12 more pieces. How to choose the size of the ring? Actually, if you click on the link that I gave you, they have US size link, and also the diameter, everything is in there already. So you just need to click the link, and then you go to the sizing, and you will see that US size 5, internal diameter about 15. So you just need to choose your finger size. This one we will not be restocking again, and we have sold quite a number of meteorite ring already. So I'm just opening up for you guys for today, because since you guys have the seminar 15 promo code, right? If we don't know size, can exchange if we order wrong one.
Try to order the right one by measuring the circumference of your finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're unsure, right, perhaps you can send it to us, the circumference of your finger, then we'll advise to you which size is more suitable. Okay, there's one more Q&A. Yes, Ong, that is correct. You can request for the reading to be done by me, and our people will contact you tomorrow.
Yeah, we will contact you by tomorrow, and then we will we will slot you in the earliest possible. For the ring, which hand and finger to be worn? For the
The
finger,
second finger.
the
Second finger.
second finger.
Yes, correct. There will be the second finger.
Mm. Is there any other question? Please take advantage, okay? Because the ring, like once it's gone already.
Okay, thank you, May. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Susan. See you. Oh, Susan, you are going to see Susan tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. I hope you get the ring.
Okay, thank you guys. So thank you so much for accommodating me. It has been a very long night, and appreciate you guys for being here for such a long seminar. The next seminar, right, will actually be on numbers. So if you're very interested into understanding, how come numbers can affect our life, please, it's not the usual numerology seminar that we're doing. It's just the entire seminar is very focused on just numbers and the effect of numbers and some case studies about some people who have used numbers to change their life. So if you're very interested in the next seminar, right, do stay tuned. When is next seminar again? People, I can't even remember.
Okay.
20 something, right?
Yeah, this coming, I think next week we have. Even I do remember already. Wait, let me find out. Show you guys. Maybe I can give you straight away the Zoom link so that you can save it. This will be like entirely 100% all about numbers. So if you're good in numbers, if you are very interested in numbers, 26 September, 8 p.m.
Okay.
So this is the link I'm going to both. Okay. Thank you, Andre.
Okay. I think that will be all my side. Any last questions before we end the Zoom meeting? Thank you everybody for, for such a long seminar. Okay, if there's nothing else, then I guess I better get going and reply all the messages. I think my phone is like mad flooding. Right?
Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you in the next seminar on 26 September. Please make sure you save the Zoom link. Thank you. See you, guys. Bye. Just join. Yu Xing, you just joined. We are ending it already. It's time to sleep.
Okay. 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 Bye bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Bye bye.